Whoa, what's up with y'all, man? So, hey, we gonna tap in on this Carmelo Anthony trial with that guy. What was that youngster name? Austin Metcalf. So, in this little case right here, Carmelo picked up some charges for basically murder. So in my opinion, it's definitely self defense. Just based off what I've heard about this case, man. I hate the fact that they so young, man, because when you're a youngster, man, you really just don't you really just don't fucking know anything about life. Even I mean, honestly, even if you're 18, 19, 20, you don't know shit. Absolutely nothing. I know you're an adult, you grown and all that, but you don't know a goddamn thing about anything. So, in my opinion, I really think this brother gonna beat this case, man. So, I'm gonna play this video real quick from Fox, live now from Fox. Sorry about that cough, man. I got something going on, but we're gonna play this video real quick, and then yeah, man, I'm gonna give my opinion on what they say.
And welcome back, everyone, here to Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Mike Page. Always great to be with you as we continue to roll on. Next up, we want to talk about a trial that is just getting going in Texas. This is really a story that first broke, of course, last year. It really took not only Texas, but really the rest of the country by storm here, learning that Karmelo Anthony is facing his murder trial in the April 2025 stabbing death of Austin Metcalf at a Frisco track meet that happened in Texas. There was a disagreement, an argument, and then...
Hey, man, I want to just say salute to this family, because all these people standing right here at this corner or this intersection or whatever, I'm positive that they probably all family members, people who knew him, friends of the family, the adults that knew this was a good kid, man, because I'm from Dallas, and where he grew up, bruh, trust me, I understand what everybody got their opinions and shit and think what they want to think about black people, but where this young man grew up, it ain't the inner city. It ain't Dallas. If you can understand what I'm saying. Where he grew up, that ain't Dallas, not the real Dallas. That's a good kid right there. Carmelo Anthony, when I see that young man, I see a very good kid that was raised by a very, very good family. So he ain't just out here stabbing motherfuckers for no goddamn reason. I understand what people think, what they got to say, how they feel, whatever. But this young man right here, I don't give a damn about his hair and none of that other bullshit people judge people on. This young brother right here is a very good young man, a solid young man that was raised right. And if anything, he had a father who definitely was in his life. But let me finish this video, and salute to this family, man.
The incident happened, but what is unique in this case is that the suspect is claiming self-defense, and we'll get into that and so much more, but I want to bring in our next guest to help break it all down. Please welcome, everyone, Jacqueline Goodman, attorney and legal analyst. Great to have you on. And this is a case that the suspect is not denying what he did, but saying that this is all because of self-defense.
Yes. Hi. Good to see you again. Thank you for having me. Yeah, from the beginning, apparently there were statements made by Carmelo Anthony saying that, besides the question that he was asking officers, is this self-defense? But he also made other statements talking about the fact that he was in fear for his own life, etc. And so, yes, there are real questions about whether self-defense is going to be something that the defense puts on. And by the way, in Texas, unlike in other jurisdictions, self-defense.
Hey, I just want to say, hey, man, shout out to Texas. Real life. Texas different, man. Texas different, man. All you weirdos out there that ain't melanated, thinking y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do, yeah, come to Texas with that shit. It's another guy right now in Tennessee, Chud the Builder. Yeah, man, y'all keep on playing if y'all want.
Defense is something that has to have some evidence, but it doesn't even have to come from the defense side. Just something about the case is giving the defense some articulation of self-defense, and then the burden shifts again to the prosecution to disprove self-defense beyond a reasonable doubt.
And so is this a big uphill battle for the defense team to prove this self-defense? I mean, if you don't have video showing an incident or maybe audio, how do you get across to the jury to say that your client is not guilty here?
Before she answer this question, I'ma answer that motherfucker. Say, bruh, all you need is money, nigga. You want to be the case, all you need is goddamn money, nigga. That's it. That's it. And all the motherfuckers standing on that motherfucking corner, they about to spend money, nigga. Because they're not about to let this young brother go to jail for some dumb shit. For some weird-ass young white boy that just want to fuck with a nigga. Yeah, they not about to let that happen. They not about to let that happen. But let me get back to see what she say. And like brother said, man, like yeah, man, this not about to go the way people think, man. This brother is gonna walk. I don't understand why y'all. I don't understand what type of dumb shit y'all on, or who y'all be listening to that give y'all these preconceived ideas about what the rest of the world think. Nah, this brother gonna fuck around and walk. But I'm gonna let y'all get back to hearing what she say, because I guess she's more qualified.
Couple things I would say about that. First of all, and I don't know if it's true, but in the media, we've seen some claims now that there may be video of the actual event, which would be a pretty stunning development. But no one has seen it outside of the trial court. The other thing I would say is that, yes, it's always going to be an uphill battle. This is something that happens in a very short amount of time. It was a matter of seconds. There was going to be questions given that the victim was unarmed at the time. There's going to be real questions about whether a reasonable person in Anthony's shoes would feel the need to use deadly force, and whether in fact he personally felt that he needed to use deadly force.
And see, the thing is, that's what most people don't understand, bro. It's a jury of 12 people, man. And all we have to prove is to these 12 people that this was self-defense. And on top of that, most of the people who in his jury are not youngsters. They nobody near his age. So we able to make logical, reasonable, and accurate, sometimes mainly accurate, analysis of what really, really happened. We not thrown off easily by, some youngsters being youngsters, man. We all was young. We all knew people when we was young that carried knives. I don't know about y'all, but I knew niggas who carried guns. You know what I'm saying? So, and they ain't never do nothing to nobody. So, they just did that shit strictly for protection. Like all these adults and everybody else walking around carrying a pistol. Just to protect you and your goddamn family. That's it. Y'all can be weirdos because y'all less melanated. But brother, that shit ain't about to go nowhere. And shout out to the great state of Texas.
So it isn't an easy climb for a defendant ever. And in this case, there's some real questions about, the lead up to this and whether there was any real evidence that somebody in his shoes would feel like they were really threatened and had to resort to deadly force.
What about the process here for jury selection? How are you going to find jury members that have not heard about this case or have a feeling about it one way or the other? I only say that because a former judge in this case that was part of the pretrial motions here, he had to get FBI help to intervene and give him security because he was getting threats against his life.
Yeah, we've seen a lot.
Just like I said, man, the most violent, ridiculous, unhinged people on this planet. I don't even have to tell you who they are. All you gotta do is look at his story or history, right? You ain't gotta ask no goddamn questions. I'm gonna let this video continue to roll. And like I said, man, I feel like Karmelo would definitely beat this case in Texas. I don't know anywhere else in the U.S., but in the state of Texas, y'all better be ready to be very disappointed, man. I don't know how y'all gonna really feel, but really, on everything I love, be ready to be disappointed, because this brother is not going to jail.
And lots of counter protesting going on outside of the courthouse and in the lead up to this case. So there's a real question about whether you can find a jury in this jurisdiction who, first of all, maybe hasn't heard of the case, but if they had heard of the case, hadn't yet made up their minds. This is a very polarizing issue. However, and there's some real racial undertones when it comes to the protests and the facts of the case. That said, all you need are 12 people who have not yet made up their minds. And so that's what jury selection is all about.
I keep trying to tell you, all it's gonna be is 12 motherfuckers. It's not gonna be all you motherfuckers leaving. Well, it's 192 comments on this motherfucker. 180 of you motherfuckers don't even matter. That's what y'all don't understand, bruh. Yeah, that's what y'all don't understand about the court system and what really happened between this young man and this other young man. The reason probably why the dad is so upset of Austin Metcalf is because he already knows. Nigga, this is Texas. Nigga, you about to be sitting at home every day knowing your son got fucked off because he's an idiot and was raised by an idiot who taught him dumbass shit. That's it. He already know the state of Texas about to let this motherfucking brother go. He already know. That's why he's so upset about every goddamn thing. That's why a few months ago he even showed up to they goddamn to like this little gathering, a little protest that they was having for Karmelo Anthony. He already know. Man, your sons was raised by a piece of shit. They out here acting like pieces of shit. And that's all that's coming for them. But yeah.
It's about finding people who can come in, listen to the evidence, apply the law that the judge gives them, and set aside any of their own biases, and really make a decision based on the information that the judge gives them, get those jury instructions, and really make an honest assessment of the quantum of evidence and whether the prosecution has proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt.
And lastly here, how much are we going to hear about the history of these two, and maybe, what kind of was the setting off point? And
bruh, nobody cares. These are fucking kids, man. Yeah, these are two adults on this screen acting like they're not fucking talking about kids. These motherfuckers will fight over Snicker bars, nigga. The fuck is you talking about, bruh? They will fucking fight over a motherfucker in basketball practice playing too much. Going in my locker. What are you talking about, brother? If these motherfuckers act like they ain't got kids, that's this goddamn age. Man, look, brother. This motherfucker stabbed this crazy ass white boy up because he's a fucking idiot and probably being taught dumbass shit by his dad, which made him even approach this brother like he was on some white supremacist superiority, I conquer you ass shit, man. That's what the fuck happened. That's all that's here. He could have been a goddamn 30-year-old and got taught the same lesson and got stabbed in his goddamn chest or wherever the fuck he stabbed him at, and still learned this same goddamn lesson at 30 years old, bruh. Look, man, y'all doing too goddamn much, bruh. I don't know what type of people y'all think gonna be sitting on this goddamn jury, but it's gonna be rational people who know that this young kid was just a dumbass and he messed with the wrong person. That's it. And the only thing gonna get him fucked out the game is the fact that he initiated everything. Sorry, Austin. Sorry, Metcalf family. But that's all coming out of this, bruh. That's it.
Of this whole altercation.
You know, it's funny. We don't know everything about the case, and so that's the beauty of trials. They're very dynamic in that way, and we're going to see the facts develop as the case goes on. But I will say that so far, there's really nothing in the public sphere that tells us that there was an ongoing beef, that either of them really knew each other. Both of them, Metcalf and Anthony, were actually star athletes at their schools. They were beloved in both of their communities. And there's very little to discern from the information coming in that either of them knew much about the other going into this one incident where it, in a matter of seconds, results in a death. And so, yes, it's a stunning turn of events in this case. And it's going to be really interesting to see whether, in fact, there was any kind of history between the two of them.
Yeah.
All right, man, look, I'm not about to listen to this too long. You know what I'm saying? Because these two people on this screen know exactly what the fuck I know. Hey, man, this is a case of a white guy, young man, ego tripping, thinking his skin tone and all type of other weird ass shit give him a up one. Nah. He got fucked off fucking with the wrong motherfucker, and that's what happens in life. The older you get, you realize this. You know what I'm saying? And these two people sitting on the screen, they know that. You feel me? And these are the same two people. This is the age of the people who gonna be judging him. And they gonna be able to rationalize if this guy is really a murderer, or if this guy was just trying to protect himself from some weirdo that was trying to fuck with him about sitting underneath a goddamn tent. That's it, man. That's all I got to say. This is the Daily Babbler. And hey, man, hit that like, share, and subscribe, man. For real. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. May y'all life be blessed. And may y'all always have gradual, continuous success. Salute.